Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Psychology Eats is here to help you. What's eating you? Well, you read the title. This is kind of like a bummer video, but I just feel like I want to talk about it just because. Well, let me say this first. In the mornings before, as I'm on my way to where I got to go and need to go, depending on what time I leave, if I get behind a certain bus, not only, now I think I talked about the one bus driver that irks me, but this is another bus stop. And the parents, they're gathered, putting the kids on the bus. And these kids is elementary school, like 3rd, 4th grade, 5th grade kids. And when I tell you they wave and just wave and just wave, and I'm usually in my car, oh my God, just let the bus driver leave, for God's sakes. People got stuff to do. Right? But today, a few minutes ago, I was behind that bus and all the parents, were all waving. And today, I really let it sink in that the parents of that school in, I can't even think of what the school was. The parents of the kids who were murdered recently, they're not doing that today. Those parents are putting funeral arrangements together. Today, I think funerals started. 2 of the kids' funerals started today. And so, my thought is, those parents who are going to have to bury their children today, and those children who survived, and those teachers who survived and were traumatized and are traumatized, their life is forever different and changed. And those parents are now entering for what will be a lifetime of grief. Because grief can last a lifetime, right? But it is the way that you grieve determines the outcome of your life. Like, are you going to live, there are stages of grief. Are you going to stay, in that dark place of grief, or will you, work your way to the light, right? And that's the hard part. That's the difficult part. This is the difficult part of, just the planning of the funerals and how is that going to look, and just the people, all the I'm sorries, and when all of that fades away, and for those parents, when they're left with just the grief and the loneliness and the pain of losing their children, that is where the real work starts in grief therapy and counseling. That can last a lifetime. It doesn't mean you have to go to therapy every day for the rest of your life, but there'll be times in their life where they're going to need to go. And for a lot of people, their faith will help heal them and get them through it. But just seeing the memorials already in front of the school, I think it's Robb Elementary School, just seeing the memorials that are up and people coming to the site where those kids were murdered, and just I recently have been in fourth grade classes, third grade classes. And those kids are at that stage in their life where they are really so much fun. They're in such a good state where they are developmentally, kind of, could be a little sassy and funny and trying to understand each other. And even in fourth grade, the boys liking the girls and the girls liking the boys. It's just a really fun time of development. And for their life to end the way it did, we just have to do so much more in the mental health system. We have to do so much more of surrounding gun control. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean nobody should have a gun. That's dumb. We know, people have the right to have a weapon. However, if you are diagnosed with a mental illness or you have shown bizarre behavior, you should not have access to a gun. So, the prayers continue to go up for the victims are at peace. They are at peace. Please put the prayers up for the families that now have to live without their children and have that image in their head of their last moments. That's where the prayers have to go, to help them to navigate this. Help the principal, help the teachers that were there and helpless and hopeless in those situations. In that, in that situation, what do you do? I heard today that a teacher, I don't know if that teacher survived or not, but of course now hindsight is 2020. They're trying to figure out how did he get in the building and all of that. I think the teacher, according to the news, allegedly propped the door open. If you've been in some of these older schools, they're very hot. And, you might prop a door open. If, hindsight is 2020. Some of these classes have big windows. I've opened a window because it's warm in the classroom. You know what I mean? So, on college campuses, they're open. Doors are unlocked. I mean, we cannot live in fear. Like, I refuse to live in fear and scared and nervous and careful. Absolutely. Aware of my surroundings when I'm in elementary schools or middle schools, or if I'm on college campuses. Absolutely. But I'm the same way if I'm at the Walmart. We have to focus on mental health system in this country and also gun control. And so many other layers to what we're dealing with. It's awful. It's really awful. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.